Yo, what up, YouTube? It's your boy Tay Jamal. You feel me? You feel me? Okay. This is Do All Men Think the Same? Hell no. That's not. No. Okay? That's the answer. But let's get into this video. Make sure y'all go subscribe to Jubilee. I'm going to leave the link down below. And you feel me? Yeah. Let's get started.
You asked for it.
Stick around to the end. We love talking to you guys. Enjoy this episode of Spectrum Men.
I like the way the old school ways work. They did work. We just messed it up.
So that's important to you, to be like the breadwinner?
I'm the caretaker of society.
What the hell?
3, 2, 1, go.
Oh my god.
I'm going to guess this is the. Yes,
This is a good question.
Is the one.
I like
Hold up. Hold up.
It's just a normal thing to be worried about, like when you're growing up. Like, you're like, am I normal? You know, like, I hate this.
I guess like when I was younger, I was like, whoa, is this normal? Is
Crazy.
this not? But like, eventually I was like, nah, I'm fine.
I feel like this whole conversation is just like bringing to my awareness how impressionable and like how much of our lives and our masculinity is defined by when we're kids. When everybody's like, oh, you gotta have a big dick, you gotta have a big dick. And all you see is like, only time you see a dick is on porn and it's like 14 inches, then it's like, well, mine doesn't look like that.
Yeah.
Then of course you're gonna like start thinking about it versus
I'm actually changing my answer.
Oh.
Somebody said they changed their answer. Hey, they all. Hey.
I changed my mind because what he said was, it made a lot of sense because I remember the first time I saw porno and I saw a black guy's penis, I was like, I'm not like that. As I got older, I perfected my craft. I've never had a problem with women. It has nothing to do with the penis. It's all about, it's not the size of the boat, it's the motion of the ocean. You just love a woman, you embrace each other, and it's just, I've never had a problem with a woman.
I feel like
Since
everybody
then.
had that.
I think for
so.
younger guys, this is the concern that I'm realizing is like, maybe if these discussions were more open about size and whatever, and that really over time it all becomes okay and it's fine, maybe that would help a lot.
A man should pay for the first date. 3,
Yes.
2, 1, go.
Big money.
I like the way the old school ways work. They did work. We just messed it up.
So that's important to you, to like take that leadership role? To be,
Tradition.
To be like the breadwinner?
I'm the caretaker of society. I don't even like saying it this way. Once you give the woman the power, then you just demasculated yourself. I want to stick to what's made me happy, and my grandparents, my parents, I'm just going to stick with it because it works. It's not perfect, but it works. Be a man, plain and simple.
I don't know, I think we're just getting in dangerous territory when we start talking about chivalry. At the end of the day, it's like, yo, baby, if you want to pay for this, like, there is no hierarchy here. Like, if you want to pay for this, and maybe next time I'm like, I just got a check, so I'll pay for it.
Wasn't this the first meal, though? You
Yeah,
said?
the first one.
Okay. You only get one chance to make a first impression.
What does it matter if it's a girl or a guy? It's 2019, and your logic shouldn't be like, no disrespect, like, oh, because my grandpa did it and it worked for him, then it works for
That's
me.
what I'm saying.
If she's
You
not
can't
gonna date me
always
that second
do
time because I
what
didn't pay for
grandparents
her,
and everybody
I
do.
think I dodged a bullet.
I see what they saying. Like, as you get older and stuff, you gotta start to have your own mindset. Don't go by what your parents and everybody said. Yes, ideal for a man to pay for the dinner, but for the first date, I think you should. And as time go on, y'all could, take turns. Stuff like that. Oh, what did you say?
Didn't pay for her, I think I dodged a bullet.
I support the Me Too movement. 3, 2, Be real. Be real.
Damn.
At first, when I saw it, you know, and talking to my friends, and family, a lot of people in the South, they're like, these women should have spoke up a long time ago. And then I had to like step aside and really process it for myself and be like, you know what? She didn't feel comfortable, and she wasn't in a society, in a place where it was acceptable for her to say anything.
But then again, most people just come out years later to get, you know, fame and stuff, you know. Because if it was 21 years ago, I think you still should have said something back then. Like, why wait 21 years for somebody else to say something? Like, come on.
Anything about it. So now that they have the platform and the ability, I'm like, that's amazing. Speak your truth.
What do you tell a child who is accused of rape by a woman, has his whole life destroyed, and then people just go, oh.
There's always going to be people that take advantage of it, or it's not going to be perfect. We're figuring it out as we go, but I think it's done more good than it's done bad.
I think we get to acknowledge the bad though. Like I think,
Yeah,
like
of course.
that's why I'm doing like this thing is like for us to say like, oh, he did that to me, and all of a sudden now we've like vindicated that guy is like vilified. Like there is no chance of like him having a say in the conversation.
Trial
We get to
by
have a
mob is
conversation every
not
time.
good. Like, this mob mentality is bad. I
Yeah.
agree with that, but I don't think that's exclusive to the Me Too movement.
But we're using it right now to say, oh, that person is bad. Oh, fuck that person. There's no further conversations being happening. If it's a movement to say, yes, okay, this hierarchy we've created of men and women, which is a result of the way men are expected to act, the women are expected to act. Let's have those conversations and everything changes, and I'll be over there all fucking day.
Toxic masculinity is overblown. 3, 2, 1, go.
Overblown.
Wait,
Overblown. What is that?
can you use a different word?
Yeah.
Oh, that's the exact right word.
Yeah, I think I just somewhat agree that it's blown out of proportion because I think what happens with social media is a group of people coin a term and now we're all painted by it.
Like, we are not in like a post, I don't know, like rape culture world, you know, like women are being catcalled every day. And so like men are still, I think, seen or experienced as like a predatory presence to women. So like that's why I just don't think it's like overblown. I think it's just, it's new.
If we were good men, there wouldn't be feminists, they wouldn't be attacking us, they wouldn't be hating us. You have a lot of guys who don't want to commit to marriage. You have a lot of guys who catcall. So yes, men have become toxic. And once again, I have to be consistent with all my beliefs and all my morals. I'm very traditional.
I see what you're saying, but the way you're framing it, like this word moral is kind of,
We don't know what that is anymore though. That's
well,
the
it's like, it
problem.
sounds like you're saying like it's men's job to be like the moral compass of society.
It is.
I think it's everyone's job.
It's everybody's, but men, if men want to coin themselves as the leaders, you have to hold up to the good and the bad.
That's part of the problem though. Like that's what I think toxic masculinity, or it's putting too much pressure on yourself. I mean, it's very obvious that we're grappling with like the history and the damage of like what a world completely run by men does to us. That's why I think we're talking about toxic masculinity.
I am comfortable showing my emotions. 3, 2,
Yes.
1, go.
It's been like harped upon me for years that like showing my emotions were bad, and like me trying not to be gay. I'm like, no, like I don't want to show these emotions because I'm not gay. I can't be gay. Like I'm not supposed to be gay. Like the church tells me, my dad tells me, my mom tells me, everybody's telling me I'm not supposed to be gay. So like just understanding that at 25, now 26, like I'm over here like, okay, like, oh, you're insecure. Okay, that's what that feels like. Oh, you're sad. That's what that feels like. I can now be aware of those things, but to show them to other people right now is like really hard for me.
I do feel like I'm very verbally like about my emotions with my wife but I wouldn't agree completely because I'm not like that with anyone else. I mean, I just failed a college class and I was crying about it to my wife, but no one else at school saw me cry, you know? I specifically texted my wife, make sure the kids are asleep by the time I come home, because I just knew I was gonna be like, as soon as I stepped through that threshold to my house, I was just gonna let go, and I didn't want them to see that. But like the next day I sat down and I had that conversation with them, like, hey, I just wanna let you guys know, you know, your dad didn't pass this class, and they're like, oh, are you okay? And I'm like, yeah, of course,
you
know.
just
like,
cry in front of your kids, man. I remember like seeing my dad cry for the first time when his mom died, and I remember like imprinting that in my mind as like, wow, you know, like my dad can be upset, and that was like an important thing to witness.
It's reality, emotion.
Yeah, it's real.
I was raised by two parents that I never ever saw cry. The effect.
I mean, sometimes it's good to show your emotions, but it's sometimes when you don't show it. So sometimes you gotta like put on a mask and, you know. Hey.
That had on me was by the time one of them passed away very suddenly, I didn't really seem to be affected.
Well, if it's a family member or something like that, show your emotions. Like, ain't no need to block your emotions, because that's family.
At all. So I've actually had to do a lot of therapy on that. This thing about masculinity not being able to show your emotions is very bad. It puts us backwards in society, and we need to be thinking
That's why
about
people
how
be
to
angry when they have
tap
their
into our
emotions.
emotions in a healthy way.
You got it bottled in. Let it
Thank you
out.
for standing your truth, brother.
Yeah, of course. Thank you. Great job, man.
You too. Nice hearing.
All right, I gotta be honest. I'm actually the one who submitted the penis nice question.
Oh, thank you, Ian, for your suggestion.
Sure.
Thank you to
My
everyone
pleasure.
else who also submitted more prompts for us.
Yeah, we love having this type of dialogue. I'm grateful because as a girl, I'd love to know what you guys are thinking. You guys are mysteries to me, honestly.
Make sure you like, subscribe, and follow us on Instagram.
Instagram,
Yeah.
yes.
Instagram. We'll see you next time.
Peace.
Okay. So, a lot of you see now, men don't think the same. Everybody got their different mindset, and you know, like a different way of thinking things. Not everybody got the same idea or agree with the same thing. So yeah, but make sure you go follow this, subscribe to Jubilee right here. Like the video and all that. I'm gonna leave the link down below where you can find this video. Follow me on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. Subscribe to me on here, Tay Jamal on all those. And then you Snapchat, Undefined Tay. That's the only one I got that name. And if you play Xbox or PS4, comment below your gamer tag. Comment, do you think men think the same down below? And what my next video should be, you know? But yeah, subscribe. Share this video. Help me get popping, you feel me? Like, oh, yo, ooh.